Welcome back to Overlord Anime Review, episode number 10. 10. 10. Yes, 10th episode for this interview series. Now, this is discussing the 42nd episode of the anime, which is called Baharuth Empire, which is also the name of the third chapter of the book. Yes, that is really the name of the second chapter of the book. Now, the way the adaptation process of this episode is kind of weird. They adapt the first two parts of Chapter 3, and they adapt the intermission. But the order they adapt this is weird. They adapt Part 3 of Chapter 3 first, all the way through with some minor alterations. And then they put the intermission in from chapter that came right between Chapters 2 and 3, and then they put in Part 2. Now, the first portion of the episode did happen in the book, so no, the anime did not make this up at all. And you're probably thinking, why the heck they put this at the start of this episode, and why did they chronologically put this with, like, the end of, like, the first episode? That would have worked, yes, but they probably want to go in a more different order than people were expecting, per se. That's my guess what Madhouse did with this. Because here's how the episode opens. We open on the day Albedo leaves for the Riaz Kingdom. She's going to basically be there quickly, come back, retreat, and mostly goodbye stuff. And of course, Albedo really wants a kiss from Ainz. So, what happens does happen in their book. I repeat, this does happen. Where he cups her face, expecting, you think, oh, maybe we get like a peck on the lips. Nope. He proceeds to move his head slightly and peck his teeth against her cheek. Now, they don't bring in the fact that that's heavy spit. They cut that part out. And here's the thing. She actually gets upset with him over it. She cries. And she hugs him and he apologizes. And then she goes off. Yes, this whole scene, basically presented here in the anime, almost completely spot on, though she does refer to him as Lord Momonga, his original name. Which probably is the first time she's probably referred to him by that name in terms of the anime, first time since episode 3, back in season 1. My guess is the reason why that he allows her to get away with it, because she's in love with him. That's the only reason why. And then as soon as she leaves, basically, he tells the maid, forget what you saw. And that's it for Ainz until toward the end of the episode, what to get to that. And then we have the intermission here. We have, meanwhile, in the Slant Theocracy, we have the meeting of these cardinals of this church. What they're discussing? Ainz. And they're also discussing Shaltair. Not by name per se. As a matter of fact, Shaltair is not even mentioned by name the whole episode, which is kind of weird. Actually, they do briefly reference her in the conversation Albedo and Ainz have. Now, in case you're curious, though, does she appear in the book? I don't remember her appearing in the book. I think she appears in book 11. I don't think she appears in book 10. Yes. Mostly put, the best way to describe book 10 is a series of events. It's kind of like an anthology thing. It's a series of stories. That's the best way to describe what book 10 is. So, they discuss some of the Black Scripture, and this conversation goes on for quite a while in the anime, and then we cut to Jex, the Emperor of the Byzantine Empire. Now, I forgot to mention this in my review a few years ago, when it comes to the Emperor himself. Like, how come Ainz never put two and two together? Now, clearly this is not Lady Clementine reborn as a guy. No, that's not that. The thing with him and Lady Clementine is they have very similar appearances. You see, the Emperor is very feminine for a guy. Somewhat, anyways. They both have they pretty much the same exact face. The eyes are pretty much the same. Now, I don't think these two are lovers. No, I think these two might be Disney related. I'm surprised Ainz didn't basically put it together. I put it together the first time I saw him. Where it's like, oh, he looks exactly like Clementine. Ouch. Now, that could have been the fault of either Madhouse for doing that. Yeah, this could possibly be Madhouse's fault, the reason why he looks like Clementine. Yes, you can blame them for this, or you can blame Soban for this. I don't think you can blame the original, the writer of the series, which his name is Kugin Maruyama. Yeah, I don't think he is responsible for that. Though he could be giving some ideas to Soban. Soban could be responsible for this, I'm not sure. Excuse me, mostly I've been panicking. We all see his hair falling out. I highly doubt it's age because they describe this guy as pretty young. I think they describe him mostly being in his early 20s, early to mid 20s. That's my personal guess anyways. He's a very popular emperor. He gets rid of all the corruption in his empire pretty quickly. So, he also mentions that what happened at the end of the previous season where a lot of his elite knights all want to resign. And he also maintains a good relationship with them, so he's not basically sending messages to be his secretaries. So he's kind of like a people king. And they mention about, people here for merchandise. They don't mention that actually 2 days go by before he gets to the carriage. Because the way it's in the anime, it seems like he went from talking to one of his knights in his study, I'd say. Then he goes straight to the carriage. And where is he going? To the arena. The reason you might ask to meet with the slain theocracy. Well, representatives from them. Now, he doesn't say that specifically they're from the slain theocracy. He says his head that, but not in person. Then he meets these adventurers, which, by the way, they give him, like typical Yin Press, they give him the wrong name. I think they're referred to as the Silver Fox. If not, I think the Silver Fox are Endermite adventurers. Now, they introduce themselves, and of course, they go straight to in. And of course, they secure the door by removing the locks. Yep, not by destroying the door, mind you, just destroying the locks. And meet with the priest we saw previously. And they're there at the arena in this Coliseum, enjoying the match. Like, mentioned, we're going to meet the Warrior King. Mentioned this guy as a war troll. And as for the opponent is, the Emperor has no idea who it is until it's announced who it is. It's Ainz. Why the heck is he here? To take on the Warrior King. Only if you're curious, what look does he sport here? How about this? The look he sports on the cover book 10. Which, yes, Soban does a fantastic job with this. Yes, this is the very look he sports here. Now, they don't show the Warrior King here on the cover, but this is the very look that he sports in the actual anime. He first when he talked with the Emperor, he refers to him as Master, which is kind of interesting. In fact, he refers to him as that, and vice versa. And of course, people from the Slain Theocracy to set up, but no, he had no idea who he's going to be here. But he probably suspected that he probably knew about an alliance, but nothing really clarified here. Then pretty much like, then the episode ends basically where he's about to begin this fight with the Warrior King. And that's the episode for you. It's really, really good. I thoroughly enjoy it. Yeah, it's a damn good episode, and, well, can't wait for next week. Now, here's the thing. I do not know how many episodes the season's going to have. I'm estimating 13 episodes due to the first 3 seasons have 13 episodes. So, we probably have 10 episodes left before the season ends. Now, my best estimation, if it's going to be 10 episodes, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, it's probably going to end the last week of September. That's probably when this season is probably going to end. That's my personal guess. Now, here's something you might find interesting. Next week, I'm actually Albedo's English dub actor. Yep, I'm going to see her next week. And I'm going to have some conversation, talk about Albedo and various other stuffs. It's going to be quite interesting to meet Alyssa Maxwell next week at Tampa Bay Comic-Con. Yes, I'm very much looking forward to it. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this particular review. I don't have more time to do videos tonight, but I can probably continue watching Kamen Rider though. Yes, so as for Harem Labyrinth and World, that probably won't be happening. The review for that not until tomorrow or probably Friday at the latest. Though Friday's also having the finale for Revolution. Okay, next video. Bye.